Hi neighbors and friends, Steve here with etrailer.com. Today we're talking toilets, the Thetford model C223CS. It's a cassette style toilet with an electric flush and a nice swivel seat. And it even includes the mounting console. So folks, a cassette toilet is going to be a great option for small spaces in RVs and campers. Now this guy here is what they consider a cassette toilet. If you've never seen one or know anything about them, simply that cartridge or cassette can slide out from the outside of your RV or camper. You dump it, you bring it back, you're ready to go for another time. We'll get into that here in a second. I want to start off with some height measurements here. From the lid to the ground, or the seat to the ground rather, is 19.5 inches tall. And that's going to be a little bit taller probably than your household toilet. Maybe an inch or two depending on what you have in your house. That's perfectly normal for RVs and campers. It's actually a little bit better. It's going to get you up off the ground a little higher, make it easier to sit down and get back up. You're not going to be pulling on the wall or towel racks and that kind of stuff. One of the first things I want to point out is that it has a nice rotating design on the toilet bowl itself. It can rotate 260 degrees. And you might say, well, why does that matter? Well, let's say that the wall's here and the door of the bathroom is facing that way. Now when I install it, I can keep the orientation of my toilet facing the door correctly. Same thing if I had to move it to the other side or just keep it straight or whatnot. So it's just a nice little feature. Now as far as the toilet lid closing, you're gonna get some noise on that. It's not a slow close, but the lid, it's a little bit quieter, a little bit slower. So I just wanna point that out. They do make other versions in some other models where they have a nice slow close, but on this one it has a little noise, so just point that out. Now you'll notice up here on the front you have a little gray lever. That's what you're going to slide open the valve to actually use the toilet. So before you do your thing, you'll open it, do your business, rinse, close it, and it has a nice valve inside there. I'll show you in a second. That's what that's opening and closing. Now going from the top here, so you've got a push button flush, it's electronic. Over here you've got an indicator, it's green right now because the tank is empty. When that gets to turn red, that means the tank is full and needs to be emptied. Now I'll try to get you a little view of the inside here so you can see that valve I was talking about. So that's going to open and close when I move this lever. Open, close, open, close. And you can kind of see, yeah, there it is. This water jet, that's what I'm calling a water jet. It's going to spray and rinse the tank after you've done your business and just kind of wash away any residual waste. Now, as far as some other dimensions, with the seat and everything closed, you're going to have a distance of 16.25 inches wide, 18.25 inches deep. And as far as the wall console dimensions, this guy is 16.25 inches wide on its widest part. It is 28.11 tall, and it's about 4.5 inches deep. Now, as far as the seat height, I told you at the beginning, it's 19.5 inches off the ground. The length of the seat is 16.75 inches. Has a nice 3-year warranty. And let's go to the back, the cassette. So this is where it gets pretty interesting as far as toilets can be anyways. So you get your water connection, you get your electrical connection, and then you have the wire that's already pre-wired up for your flush. So you have what's called your cassette. So there's a little blue spring-loaded locking lever. You pull that up, slide the whole cartridge out, and you can remove the cassette. So I'll put that cassette to the side real quick, show you the inside. You've got 4 mounting holes inside of here at the corners. That's how you're going to mount it. And again, everything here is flush against the wall. On the outside of your camper or RV, there will be a door here. And from the outside of your RV or camper, that's where you're accessing this cassette. Now I want to point out why I got it empty here. You get this installation hardware as well. You get 2 of these panels. There's one for each side. They're going to cover this access hole here. Whenever you're all done, that'll actually snap into place. I'm not going to snap it in now, but there's one for this side and the other side. You get the mounting screws, and then you get this little guy here, which is also a mounting bracket to help hold the top part up in place whenever you're installing everything. So just follow the instructions and you should have no problems whatsoever. Now I'm actually going to slide this unit over so I can show you the cassette. All right, folks, so the cassette, we've pulled it out. We need to go dump it, right? So the first thing to note, it's on nice wheels. And as you can see, it looks like a little carry-on luggage, right? Well, in a way it kind of is. This handle will flip up. It'll lock back into the plastic up here up front. And it's got a nice spinning handle. But more importantly, you can now roll it to the dump site and do your dump. Okay, so you get to the dump site. You need to do your dump. So you have this arm up here. So a lot of people, they'll rotate it like this, and that's where they'll stop, and they'll try to dump it like that. Don't do that. It's gonna come out way faster than what you think, number one. It's gonna make a mess. First thing you'll do is you'll twist off the cap. That doubles as a measuring cup, and I'll get back to that. And what you do is you wanna take this and turn it all the way over to where it's sticking out of the side, right? So let's pretend that your dump's here. Now you can just simply rotate it down about 45 degrees. Now it's hitting the hole perfectly. You didn't have to use as much muscle, and now you can turn it up and dump it. Also to note, when you're dumping, you have a blue button. That's your air purge. That's gonna let the air flow and help you dump it. When you're done, put some water in it, slosh it around, dump it again. Once you've rinsed it out, the cap here has some molded on measurements. I don't know how good you're gonna be able to see them, but there's some molded on measurements. You've got ounces and milliliters, and it's on the inside of that cap as well. So you'll put some chemicals in there per the instructions that come with the toilet, whether it's enzymes or solution to keep smells out or to break down toilet paper and waste, that kind of stuff. Put the right amount in there. Now you're ready to pop it back in. Before I put it in, I want to show you this lid. So when you push this cassette in, it's actually inside of there, it's sliding this back, and it's actually holding it somewhere in that area. And then that gray lever on the front of the toilet that I said you have to turn before you do your business, it's actually turning this guy, which is opening the valve here and closing it when you're done. And then when you pull this cassette out, it automatically closes this. That way you can safely transport it and not get stuff on you. So you've done your business, you're on the outside of the RV, you've filled everything back up, you pop it back in place. It's locked in place. Now you're ready to do normal daily use as needed. I'm gonna slide this back over. So that cassette, folks, is gonna hold 4.7 gallons of waste. And it's nice and lightweight. Like I said, you can take it out simply and easily and go do your business. So folks, this does install nicely against a wall, again with that included floor and wall mounting frame that we've looked at. Again, it has the gaskets, it has all the parts you need to seal up that hole and this hole after you've installed it. So a nice toilet here by Thetford. Again, this is the model C223CS, the cassette toilet with the electric flush and the swivel seat and the mounting console. I'm Steven. Thanks for your time, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.